Okay, question number 9. This problem is one that gave me the most difficulty. In fact, the first time I did it, I was just humming along, doing one problem after the next, kind of going nice and smooth. And I got here, and I just kind of got stuck a little bit. I started getting into it, and then all of a sudden I was like, where's this going? And I started to like overthink it a little bit. And I just kind of like, this doesn't seem right. Kind of got a little bit, So then I just kind of paused. I went on to the next problem. That I didn't freak out. I didn't go on Wolfram or whatever that website is and look up the answer right away. I just gave myself a little bit of time, and then I came back to it. And then when I came back to it, I was like, oh my goodness, now I understand. It's clear. So let's take our time with it. We're trying to solve this in terms of W. In other words, you want W by itself and get n's on the other side, which is a little bit messy to start with. So let's start by cleaning up. I'm going to multiply both sides by n squared. You could think of that as like multiplying by the denominator. You could also think of cross multiplying. Don't forget about that for these problems. You could cross multiply. It's the same thing, really. But kind of sometimes it can be a nice way of looking at it, especially if there was something in this fraction here. So I'm going to do 1 minus 5w equals n squared times 3n minus w. Now, to get w by itself, I'm going to have to go ahead and distribute that. So it's going to be n squared times 3n is 3n to the third power minus n squared w. 1 minus 5w. And this is where I was thinking, what's happening here? Well, just calm down. We know we need to get the w's on one side and everything else on the other. The fact that there's an n with this w, that's going to come out. But we need to get it over there first before we can see that. So let's just bring it over and bring the 1 over. So when I bring this over, that negative will turn positive. When I bring the 1 over, that will become positive. So that's going to be 1, n squared w minus 5w. And the 1 comes over and is negative. 3n cubed minus 1. Now, if it wasn't for the fact that there's a single n in both these terms, I would be stuck. But since there's a w in both terms, I can pull a w out. Now, I would have never necessarily seen that unless I had just gone through the steps and brought everything over on one side. Once I get it, now I can see it. So that's going to be minus 5 equals 3 to the third minus 1. Now I have w by itself. I can just simply divide both sides by the quantity n minus 5. Or n squared minus 5. So that's going to cross off. So now I have w is equal to 3n cubed minus 1 over the quantity n squared minus 5. And I've created this formula. Or you could also think of this like we're doing now. It's like a function. So I'm expressing the function of w in terms of n. And got the w all by itself. So not too bad. It's definitely a little complicated there. So take it easy and look at my solution, then try it on your own without looking at my answers. And hopefully you'll come back to that same thing when you do it by yourself.